And ladies and gentlemen, a warm welcome to Abdelah Karroum. Abdu, good to see you. Up against Passakron, Yakkala from Thailand. You're 11-0, undefeated, and he is also undefeated, 6-0. So this is a nice challenge for you. I know that this event is going to be a belter. The ring, white collar, is going to be at Marquee in Singapore. I've seen photos from previous events. It looks amazing. How's training for you, and how excited are you for this one?
I'm really excited for this one. Yeah, it's been a great training camp. I decided actually in April to go overseas and do a training camp in US. So I've been in US, been in Vegas, I've been in LA, been in Canada, Bangkok, and now back in Singapore. And yeah, ready to rock and roll.
What was the experience like in Vegas? Where did you go?
So in Vegas, I trained in Salas Boxing Academy. So was a great experience. I think is everything that I was expecting. It's like so many, world champion, former world champion, prospect. So much inspiration in the gym. The coaches are amazing. The vibes in the gym is great. So I really enjoyed in Vegas.
So you are the WBC, former WBC Asia Silver champion, WBO Oriental champion, with undefeated record. So how far do you want to take boxing? How far can you go in this sport?
I think it will come down to the desire and the motivation. If I wake up one day and I feel like I don't like it or I don't want to go for it, then I will stop. I think that will be the goal. So the goal is definitely being in the top in the world and and compete against the best in my weight division. Actually, that was one of the reasons why I went to US. I wanted to challenge myself. It's good to say, "Oh, I'm good," but in Singapore, um, I don't have as much as challenge as I will have in US, obviously, because most of the best boxers are based in US. Um, so yeah, it was for me like seeing myself there and challenge with the best boxer in the world. That definitely give me the confidence to be like, why not me? Why not being at the top?
So what is your biggest goal? Do you have do you have like targets in mind? Do you have timelines?
Timelines, I always say that I will stop at 35. Uh, the goal is to be a world champion. Definitely. But I think I'm already a world champion. It's just I don't have the world title yet. I see myself already as a world champion, not with any arrogance, but is like I don't see myself like as under someone or anything. So I'm just act that I'm already there, but and work for it every single day in that mindset. And then when you will get the title, it's just a proof of the eyes of people. But at the end of the day, you have to believe you're the best, otherwise it's gonna be tough for you.
How did you fall in love with this sport? How did you get into it?
Uh, I get into it. I was actually really a sporty since very young. I was doing football. Actually, my first passion was motocross and everything related to sport mechanics. So I was racing in a motocross. I love everything with an engine. But coming from a family where we don't have enough, I would say budget for that, I had to choose something a bit cheaper. So boxing gloves was a lot cheaper than a motocross or, or car whatsoever. So, so I went. My brother was a national champion in Muay Thai. So I just stepped into the gym. I wanted to be the best in my gym at the first. Not anything crazy. And then and after I wanted to be the best in my region and the national and after I came to Asia, I tried to conquer Asia and now I want to conquer the world. So that's how it goes. Actually, it's just me being a competitor out there and want to be the best and bring me here in Singapore and compete in Asia.
Has anybody tried to convince you to put 4-ounce gloves on? Have you spoken about celebrity boxing? I feel like everyone now is trying to mix genres and mix sports, mix disciplines, mix personalities.
Yeah, it's definitely a big part of it. Unfortunately, if you don't sell, if you're not marketable, it's gonna be very hard for you. It comes down to that, unfortunately. And even in US, when I went there, I saw like so many fighters that's really good, but because they're not really marketable, coming from a country that they don't have a lot of support behind them and things, so they might not get anywhere. And I saw the guys who were like good looking and have the, as sad as it is, have the right nationalities. Like example, Mexican will have the whole country behind them, or US, or and then they got a lot more support and they got a lot more opportunity. But to answer to your question, do I've got already like a celebrity fight or whatsoever? No, I think it's good for the sport. I think it's good for the sport to have all those celebrity trying. The most important is to be safe at the end of the day, because if actually can go both way, can be super good for the sport. But if anything bad happen, all the eyes will be on those people and say, boxing is bad. So that's where we just have to be careful, because ourselves, we have an amateur career. We have years and years of experience of defending ourselves, of knowing, our bodies, and those people jumping in and getting punched in the face. You have to be conscious and be smart about it.
Yeah, I think that's something that people don't talk about enough, really. I mean, you don't mess around with boxing, right?
Yeah.
So, was there a guy for you who made you fall in love with this sport when you were growing up? Was there anybody you looked up to as the gold standard?
Uh, I think there's so many, and I have a period of time where when I was a bit younger, and when you kind of like around, I would say between 14 to 16 years old, Mayweather was definitely one of the big guy, because also we like everything that's bling bling and things and that, but also I love also the arts of it, like when you see like uh, I don't know, like for example, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, for the one that's well known, Gennady Golovkin, and you're like, whoa, that's that's very special. And yeah, if I have to give you a few names, I think one that I followed a lot, it was Miguel Cotto. It was one of the big inspiration. He's not well known, and I know he might not have the best career he had, but my coach also was my amateur coach, was really really in love with him, and so I looked up to him. Muhammad Ali was one of them. Mike Tyson. And as crazy as it is, I would say one name, but Badr Hari in the Glory. I don't know if you remember Badr Hari. Yeah. So he was one of them, because I started with MMA and Muay Thai. So at the
Oh.
beginning, I was like, "Whoa, I want to be Badr Hari because he's Moroccan like me."
Would you go back to MMA or Muay Thai?
Uh, I thought about it. I thought about it, to be honest, but but I prefer. I'm someone really that loves to master one art, and 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 box. That's why I love boxing, because it's one thing and you have to master it. I don't want to go just in MMA and not really knowing what I'm doing and not being really good, and even if you can get better and better, don't get me wrong, but it's just that I've spent years and years and years master this art of boxing. I'd rather go this way and I make that decision. But would I go one day to MMA? Listen, we never know. We never know.
What can fans expect from the event? As I said, the photos I saw, Marquee is of course a venue that people will probably know for famous DJs, but they have the setup, they have the LEDs, you have the crowd. So we're expecting something special, which I think, I've lived in this region a long time. It looks very good for the sport.
Maki, I would say, for event like boxing, I probably think that's the best place to fight in. Uh, 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 um, it's just that the setup, the reality is like, of course, somewhere like the in the stadium or something like that would be amazing, but let's be realistic. How hard would be to fill up the stadium? You know what I mean? Like, unfortunately, there isn't enough maybe support and people interested in it. But Maki is just like the perfect size, and also there are things in Maki where the ring is in the dancing floor, you know, downstairs, and you have 3 floors, so it's like a bit like a theater. So you feel the energy of everyone, and also for everyone is amazing because they have a beautiful view no matter where they are. Like example, if they're at the bottom, they're very close to the fighter and see the scene. If they're on the second floor, they see it from the top. On the third floor, seeing even have a bigger view. So actually, it's really like really the perfect place, and with all those, as you said, LED panel and all that, it makes it like a great show.
Awesome. Wait, 1 second. We're gonna end it with a little quick fire, okay? So in terms of boxers, well, if you had to pick one all-time favorite, who would it be?
Muhammad Ali, for sure.
Who's got the best chin?
The best chin, I would say Gennady Golovkin.
Best footwork?
Best footwork, probably Lomachenko.
Best talker?
Mayweather.
Best style?
Cotto. Miguel Cotto.
Best jab?
Golovkin again.
Hardest puncher?
I would say Canelo.
And who is your one to watch on this upcoming event for the ring?
You mean as the whole fight card, everyone?
Yeah, who should fans keep an eye on for this one?
Oh, I definitely have my boy there that fight Byron. He's the main event actually. He's one guy that actually his wife offered him a personal training with me and ending up being in a white collar. So yeah, I can't wait to see him fight.
Respect. Abdi, really good to see you, man. Good luck.